Carlos Alcaraz has a new challenge. And it's no small one. Tonight, in Indian Wells, he faces his biggest threat of the tournament, Draper. A 23-year-old Brit who is not only on fire but also has a story of resilience, talent, and ambition that makes him a real danger to the Spaniard. Alcaraz knows it. He's very dangerous, he's in great shape, and he's one of the toughest players on the tour right now. And if Carlitos says it, you have to take it seriously. Stay until the end, because this isn't just another semifinal, it's a showdown between a superstar and a challenger who is coming for everything. In the early hours of Saturday into Sunday, Carlos Alcaraz will put his streak in Indian Wells to the test against a rapidly rising opponent, Draper. The Brit, who has endured a rollercoaster of injuries in recent years, now arrives with rhythm, confidence, and the chance to break into the top 10 of the world rankings for the first time in his career. He is already virtually ranked number 11, and if he defeats Carlitos, he will enter the tennis elite. And yes, he knows it. And he's going for it. Draper is no ordinary player. In 2022, he made a breakthrough and cracked the top 40 in the world. But 2023 was a nightmare. Shoulder injuries, abdominal problems, and a string of retirements made him disappear from the radar. However, he never gave up. He learned through hardships, got to know himself better, worked on his mental toughness, and polished his game. I feel much stronger mentally now. I try to win points instead of waiting for my opponent to make mistakes, he said recently. That change in mentality is evident. In 2024, he has already played a final in Doha, where he only fell to Rublev, and last year, he claimed important titles in Stuttgart and Vienna. Now, with physical consistency and an increasingly complete game, Draper emerges as a serious threat in Indian Wells. His goal is clear, to compete toe-to-toe with the best. And there's no greater test than facing Carlos Alcaraz. Because Carlitos isn't just the world's number 3 player. He is also the undisputed king of the Californian desert. He boasts a 91% win rate in Indian Wells, the highest percentage in the tournament's history, and is playing his 4th consecutive semifinal here. If anyone is hard to beat in this setting, it's him. But interestingly, rather than being intimidated, Draper is motivated. Carlos is already doing extraordinary things. He sets the bar very high, and that forces me to see how I can reach his level. Both players respect each other, but they don't fear each other. Draper praised Alcaraz but also hinted that he has the tools to trouble him. And Alcaraz, for his part, did not hide his concern. He's very dangerous, he has great shots and a lot of rhythm from the baseline. I need to stay focused and be ready. Words that make it clear that, even though the Spaniard is the favorite, this semifinal will be an open battle. If you're enjoying this video, remember to subscribe and leave a like. We follow every step of the tennis world as if we were right on the court. Their head-to-head history also tells a story. They have faced each other 4 times on the ATP Tour, with Alcaraz leading 3-1. But here's a crucial detail. Half of those matches ended with Draper retiring due to injury. At the 2024 Australian Open and in Indian Wells 2023, the Brit had to withdraw. Draper's only victory came at Queen's 2024, winning 7-6, 6-3, proving that when he's healthy, he can compete and win against Alcaraz. Alcaraz's win in Basel 2022, 3-6, 6-2, 7-5, was also a tight contest, confirming that when Draper is physically fit, he challenges the Spaniard more than people expect. That is the key to this match. If the Brit can stay physically solid and play aggressively from the baseline, we could be in for one of the matches of the year. But make no mistake, Carlos arrives with solid arguments as well. He just defeated Cerundolo in a match where he didn't play his best tennis, yet still found a way to win. He now has 16 consecutive victories in Indian Wells and is chasing his 3rd straight title in the Coachella Valley. This is his garden, his fortress, and he knows how to play in these conditions. I'm looking forward to facing him, he said about Draper. There's respect, yes. But also plenty of motivation. This match will not only determine one of the finalists of the 5th Grand Slam of the season. It could also mark the beginning of a new rivalry. Draper is rising and needs victories like this to solidify himself among the greats. Alcaraz, on the other hand, is already there. And he wants to make it clear that he won't give up his throne easily. What we'll witness tonight will be a battle of talent, mindset, and ambition. A semifinal that will leave its mark. Carlos Alcaraz is no longer just competing with the best on the court. He's also competing in the bank account. At just 21 years old, the Spaniard has officially entered the top 10 of all-time ATP prize money leaders, and his direct threat right now is Jannik Sinner. Yes, the kid from El Palmar is already in 9th place on this exclusive millionaire list, surpassing legends like Stan Wawrinka and getting dangerously close to the top 8. But this isn't just about money, it's another sign that Carlitos is building a legacy at full speed. Stay tuned to see the full list, the jaw-dropping numbers. And what could happen if he wins Indian Wells for the 3rd time in a row? Alcaraz's progress is staggering. At just 21, he has already amassed a staggering $38,804,003 in ATP prize money. A figure that places him 9th in the all-time earnings ranking in men's tennis. And the most incredible part? He hasn't even reached his peak yet. His career is just getting started, and he's already rubbing shoulders with the sports giants. His next target? Jannik Sinner, the current world number 1, though suspended until May for doping, and 8th on this list, with $39,389,088 in career earnings. The gap is minimal, and if Alcaraz wins Indian Wells again, he will overtake him. A silent, but million-dollar battle. The Indian Wells Masters 1000, dubbed the 5th Grand Slam, awards over $1.2 million to the singles champion. And with Carlos already in the semifinals, he is closer than ever to that historic 3rd consecutive crown. If he succeeds, he will match none other than Federer and Djokovic, the only players to have won 3 straight titles in the California desert. And in the process, he'll climb another spot on this elite list of tennis millionaires. Further ahead in the rankings, Andy Murray holds 4th place with $64,687,542. In 3rd, the legendary Roger Federer, with over $130 million in prize money. The 2nd spot is occupied by Rafael Nadal, with $134,946,100. And at the very top, the undisputed king of ATP prize money, Novak Djokovic, with a mind-blowing $186,249,969, and counting. Faced with these seemingly unattainable numbers, Carlos Alcaraz is already making his way into the elite. Some experts even wonder if, over time, he could reach the top and challenge the long-standing financial dominance of Novak Djokovic, Rafael Nadal, and Roger Federer. What is clear is that he is growing financially at an unprecedented rate for his age. No other player in the history of men's tennis has amassed such earnings this young, a testament not only to his immense talent but also to his consistency and ability to perform at the highest level in almost every tournament he enters. And the most exciting part? He's not just earning money, he's making history. If he lifts his 3rd Indian Wells trophy this Sunday, he will not only match a record shared only by Federer and Djokovic, but he will also reinforce his position as one of the most dominant players of his generation. Winning 3 consecutive titles in the California desert would further cement his reputation as a big match player, someone who thrives on the biggest stages and consistently delivers when it matters most. With every victory, Alcaraz isn't just securing his financial future, he's shaping a legacy that could one day place him among the greatest of all time. Carlos Alcaraz versus Jack Draper, the battle is set. Are you ready?